Hey, what's happening, guys? Jala and Tech over here. Yes, what you're reading here is excitement. I just got my Ekster wallet in the mail. I got the 3.0 Ekster aluminum Senate. This is my third Ekster wallet actually. I was one of the first backers when they first posted on Kickstarter. This was, I think, maybe back in 2016 or 2015, give or take, somewhere around that time. But it's been a while, and yeah, man, I was just browsing one day, fumbled upon this really cool, promising wallet, man, and I backed it without hesitating. It was a challenge. I'm sure Ekster, the guys at Ekster would remember this, but yeah, it's been a lot of delays before we got our hands on the very first product, but we did. Yeah, man, so a little bit of a backstory there. I used that wallet, rocked it for about a year, maybe some change, and then it broke on me when I was on a trip in Europe. But kudos to the guys at Ekster. They were really nice. Great customer service, so understanding, and they sent me a brand new wallet and did not even charge me for shipping all the way to France. That's where I was at that time. I was really appreciative of that. So that was the 2.0 actually, because the 2.0 ad came out at that time, so I was rocking that. I am still rocking that up until now. No issues, well, very minor issues, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but yeah, this is the 2.0 Senate. Been rocking it. This is the blue leather. Not sure if that's exactly what they call it, but it's amazing. Been using it since then. This was exactly in summer, I think it was June of 2017. Yeah, so summer of 2017 was when I first laid my hands on this, and I have been using it non-stop from that day on. No problems at all. Been very happy with it. Got it with the tracker that came with it. I have issues with the tracker if just counting on things that I had as far as an issue. So that stopped working. I don't know if it was because Ekster transferred over to a new application or the tracker is just dead, but it just doesn't connect. It kept disconnecting and connecting, and then eventually just stopped working. So I gave up on that. It's just there creating space, but it doesn't work. And then the other problem is, I don't know if it's gonna do it this time, but whenever you eject, it gets stuck. But again, for a while that's been 4 years old now, it's understandable, and it's still functional. It's just those two minor issues, but I have been really happy with this wallet, man, and I am so excited to unbox the brand new one 3.0 with you guys. So without any further ado, let's dive in. I'm gonna unbox it. I also bought the tracker card. I'll talk about that one as well briefly. And finally, to close this video out, I will give you a comparison, side-by-side comparison, so we can talk about what's different and what improvements there have been as far as Ekster's end come. Now, disclaimer, Ekster is not giving me anything for this. I am just a loyal, happy customer who is expressing my sincere experience with Ekster from being there as a customer and as a user from day one. So I want to give you my sincere opinion about this. I do think that it is one of the best wallets out there, considering the size, how compact it is, and what you get out of it, and it's sleek. This right here is 4 years old, but whenever I use it, I get compliments still. So you just look cool. You look like 007 kind of, guy. So it's really cool. I'm very happy about this. Anyway, so I'll quit rambling and we're gonna dive right into it. All right. So when I got it in the mail, the two came because I ordered the tracker card. It came separately, so we'll one unboxing at a time. So we'll go ahead and open this so you can see this is what it is. I ordered the matte black this time. And this is the aluminum, guys. This is what it looks like. Very simple, minimalistic. packaging, of course. You know, so it's just Ekster's logo here, and then you slide it as you just saw me do, and there's the wallet. Super slim, very lightweight, and it feels durable as well. It does not feel cheap at all. Very happy about this. Ekster claims that these will take 12 plus cards, so maybe up to 15 cards, utilizing all of the storages that it comes with. The primary card holder, which is here, takes 6 cards. Now, from my experience with the previous 2 models, I went 1 less card than that was recommended. Again, I'm going to be very honest with you, because I know this is spring, the mechanisms, so the less load you put on it, the longer it would likely last you. So I might do the same thing with this one as well. You know, try it out with maybe 5 cards instead of 6, just to make sure that, you know, it would last me longer than the other one did. Yeah, so instead of 6, I went with just 5 cards on this one, on the old one. You know, and I had no issues ejecting, but again, so it's a hit or miss. This thing gets stuck now, but otherwise it just ejects. And I also noticed when I went with 5 cards, obviously the weight and all that, but there's less strain on the ejector as well. You can feel it's less heavy to eject. So I might do the same thing with this. Another thing that seems different with the aluminum, I think the leather one is very similar to the 2.0. The current leather one, which is the 3.0, is very similar to the 2.0, but as far as the aluminum is very different. One thing that's super different is this plate right here, which is aluminum as well, and it has an easy card ejector right here, so you can just, you have this thumb section right here and just push, and you can easily access your extra cards. This is great for business cards. If you have one of those business cards that are not like the sticky ones, you can easily just slide and it would pop out, so you can easily access cards, business cards or extra cards. You would notice that there is a Ekster imprinted here. I don't know if you can see it. Yep, so right there, you know, so that is pretty cool. You know, it just gives the wallet a bit of a character, which is really cool. The overall diameter is much thinner, and which is very impressive compared to the old one, the 2.0. Whenever I say the old one, I mean the 2.0, by the way, moving forward. But it's much slimmer, and it takes the same amount of cards or more, actually. So the aluminum actually, Ekster claims, takes 2 more additional cards compared to the current Senate, the 3.0 Senate, which takes 10 plus cards. Ekster claims this will take 12 plus cards. Obviously, part of that is not only here, but then also this plate right here, which you can add additional cards into, because this is elastic, so you can have them all the way and it just bulks like that. Obviously, the more cards you have on it, the more it takes away from the slimness. So if you're a minimalist, you might want to have less cards here. So again, I don't know why you would travel with many cards anyway, but hey, each to their own choice, you know, you do you. But yeah, so this is it. The ejecting mechanism is very similar, same technology. You know, you just press, which is very unique. I think Ekster patented this. I'm not very sure. Don't take my word for it. Don't take it to the bank, as they would say, but it's really cool. It's very unique. I really like that, you know, you just press, it's spring loaded and kicks right back, and you can access your cards. There's enough space between the cards as well, so you can easily pull the one that you want, you know, easily. As far as comparison, the ejecting mechanisms right here, this right here, the head is metal, right there, and then this is plastic, so it's 2 different pieces. This right here is 1 piece, so it's not separate. Maybe Ekster had issues, people who had issues with this one being 2-piece, maybe that's why they changed it. I wish that this was aluminum, but it might not be an issue, who knows. But this is all plastic now compared to the aluminum. As you can see, mine kind of, due to regular wear and tear, it wore off a bit, right? So that is different. If you look at the thickness, it is very noticeable. The new one is 0.29 inches, so it's amazing. It's less than an inch by a much, you know, and you can very much so notice the difference. Considering this takes just as much cards and more, it's very, very noticeable. It's impressive. That's what I'm trying to say. If you look at them side by side, you can see that the bulkiness is very noticeable. However, depending on how many cards you have on the new one, obviously you might still get same bulkiness, maybe lighter, but it might be same bulkiness. All right, and then the back plate versus the back plate here versus just another pouch that comes in the standard Senate. This is still the case with the standard Senate, so there hasn't been much change between the 2.0 of the Senate standard leather versus the 3.0. This pouch is pretty similar as well. The strap is also similar. It's still leather as far as the Ekster stamp right there. This right here, obviously the aluminum, this is metal as well. The stamp right here is metal. Similar kind of strap. This I noticed though, those after using it for years, it is a little bit looser, you can see. So, but as long as you have the same amount of cards in there, you wouldn't even notice, right? So, but you know, after using for years, that's just, I think, expected wear and tear. You would also notice that in this pouch, it's very convenient because you can just put your tracker in there. I also can even put cash here, so I've used it to put some cash behind the tracker as well, and you can easily press and find your phone because the tracker's button is just right about this area. So once you start getting used to it, you can just play around with that and just press it. So that's pretty cool. Obviously you have the Ekster logo in here. Compared to this one, you have Ekster up here, and then the strap, and then that's about it. It's much more minimalistic in comparison to the aluminum one from the leather one. But then again, the leather one, if that's what you're interested in, of the 3.0 is very similar. Obviously slimmer than the older one, potentially, but otherwise very similar. Talking of the tracker, so the new one, very similar also, very similar design. This is also another minimalistic packaging. I really love their packaging, and then you just from here and just take it out. This is the tracker. I'm gonna pull out the old tracker and compare them side by side. You can see that that's received some beating here. As far as the differences, right out of the box, you would notice that the newer one has a longer solar panel. It's also different, as you can see. This one looks much more smoother. Obviously, the solar pad is bigger. As far as the design, it's very similar. Although this one here is projected a bit with the Ekster logo. That is the button to find your phone or maybe pair it also. Well, in addition to pairing the tracker initially. You can also now, I don't know why you would need this, but hey, who knows? It could be handy for some people, but you can use this as a selfie stick. As Ekster had it advertised, so you can press this and you can take a selfie from your phone, which is cool. But its traditional standard function is to use it to pair to also find your phone, so you can reverse track and find your phone by playing a sound. When you press this twice, it would play a sound on your phone, so you can easily find your phone if you misplace your phone. And then of course with the tracker application, which is a new application, I think it's called Chipolo, something like that. Some funky name. I haven't used it yet, so I can't really tell you honest feedbacks about it, how effective it is. I have used the tracker app, so it's tracker with an R at the end, which was the initial application that they were working with the older version. It had its challenges, so I'm not surprised Ekster is not working with them. I don't know what their reasons are that they won't work with them anymore, but it had its challenges. It disconnected quite a bit, and I used it extensively with other Ekster trackers as well. But yeah, it had its challenges. So I am yet to find out what it is, what the deal is with this new application. If it's any better, I hope and think that it would be better. So we'll see. I guess I'll update you. Moving on to the differences. The older one is perhaps more minimalistic. It only has the Ekster logo in there and just some, part numbers and stuff like that. The newer one, the Ekster name and the logo is now in the middle. And then it says find with Chipolo. Chipolo is the model name. So you can find it with that. And of course it has the product details right here, as well as Ekster's website, the FCC number, the copyright, note, and then here you have two holes, pinholes right there, pinhole looking things on the old one on my left. On the new one that does not exist in the back, you do have only one pinhole in the front. On the new one you can barely see it, but it's right there. That's where that is, right here, right? So that's where the pinhole is in the front. Yeah, that's about it as far as the differences. Now, so bottom line, what do I think of this wallet? I'm excited. It feels solid, feels really good. I'm very excited that this is my third one. I am ready to rock it. I'm very proud of Ekster. Great job sticking with it, especially considering how much challenge they had with the first one, productions and all that, in China and all that. Yes, it is made in China. China makes great products as well, so not all products are, shitty. Excuse my French. Yes, so it all depends on the company. When they request for, if you pay for quality material, they give you quality material. So speaking of which, Ekster's got really great quality material here. They claim that this is space grade aluminum. It does feel solid, so I think it will take a lot more beating than the old one, which is pretty solid as well. Again, I don't have any issues with durability, just regular wear and tear, So things that I wish are different with this wallet, right? It's time to be more, forthright. So things that I wish that would change with this wallet or were different is the tracker being integrated in the wallet would have been a much better option, okay? And I'll tell you why. I have the tracker. I don't know where to put it in this wallet, okay? I put it here. It's ugly, very ugly. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work. It's not functional. I don't think that the tracker can or is even meant to go with the aluminum type. If it's the standard Senate or the Parliament, which is a bifold, there's sections for the tracker or where it could go. Okay, so that's okay. It's all right. But you would notice also, it doesn't have protection on the outside. So, which is why you can see, I am a living example. You can see this cracked, right? Because when it's in my pocket, especially for some that wear tight pockets and stuff like that, this takes a lot of beating, and this is not as durable as the wallet itself. So, and it could have been the reason why mine broke. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yeah, so if it was anything that went first, it was the tracker. Okay, it gave in first. Also, the original, the 1.0, had an integrated tracker. Okay, it was built in, and it had a micro USB charger. That was the first Ekster. Yes, I'm one of the first users. You know what I mean? And it worked. It was great. The technology could have been upgraded and whatnot. I think that was the focus that Ekster missed. They should have continued with that. Yeah, I mean, solar is amazing. You know what I mean? It's a small panel with just 30 minutes of sunlight. You get like a really long time of functionality and and charge. You know what I mean? Great. You know what I mean? That could still somehow, I suppose, be integrated. This is empty space right here. Maybe they can put a solar panel in there or something. This is thin enough. It could go in that. You know what I mean? Or if not, just pop a USB Type C, man. Yeah, I'm all about renewable energy. My house it's a generator, a renewable energy generator. So I'm 100% renewable energy. I use renewable energy and I serve other people around me as well with renewable energy. So obviously I am not against it, but what makes sense makes sense. Let's just face it. You know what I mean? With this amount of power, give people an option. Worst case scenario, pop a USB Type C. You charge it within a couple of minutes with the power delivery of a USB Type C. You would be good. You'd be set to go. You know what I mean? And also, how many times do you have your wallet really outside in the sun? You know what I mean? Like it's when you're eating, right? So that is one thing I would think would make sense if Ekster had done, is have a integrated tracker inside of the wallet. Also, having the tracker separate defeats, I feel, in my opinion, most of the functionality and the reasoning of having a wallet that is trackable in the first place. Let's say I'm a thief, right? I picked up this wallet. You know what I mean? Everything else seemed okay. I mean, it's a pretty advanced wallet compared to a lot of wallets out there. So, okay, the thief could be like, okay, well, what is different here? Okay, this right here, I don't know what this is. It's got a solar thing. It's got a button. There's a chance that this shit is tracking me. So let me, excuse my French again, I'm just gonna throw it away. How am I gonna find my wallet? I can work my way to the tracker, great, but how am I gonna find my wallet? My wallet is gone. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like I want a wallet that could be some sort of an element of surprise. Yeah, if you lose your wallet, if that person really doesn't want to give you a wallet, you have a very slim lock. Yeah, credit cards now are all protected with thousands of dollars of fraud protection. Yeah, I hear all of that. You know what I mean? But the function of a trackable wallet, one of the reasons are, hopefully, if someone has your wallet, they wouldn't have a clue that this wallet is trackable. Maybe it's in public. Maybe someone pickpockets you. You can go real quick, and then just play the sound on your phone. And then before you know it, it's playing in their damn pockets. And you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? Hey, you got my wallet, and beat the hell out of them or whatever. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Maybe, call the police or whatever. That's a better way to do it. Or maybe, just talk it out. Hey, can I have my wallet, please? Whatever, you know what I mean? I'll let you be the judge of that, but don't get in trouble. I'm not asking you to get in trouble. Yeah, I get it. I have my thing, my tracker. I can use it, put it in my suitcase, and I can track that, whatever, cool. You know what I mean? But if this was the Senate leather, then that leaves this pouch empty. I can only track one thing at a time. You know what I mean? If it's the aluminum, forget about it. There's just no way you can have this tracker in there. Where are you gonna put it without having to make it look ugly? You know what I mean? It's just not an integration for the aluminum Senate to put the tracker in there. So unless you have the polymer or the leather, the leather Senate, then it's pointless, guys. So come on, Ekster. We want version 4.0 to have an integrated tracker. Okay, let it check all of the boxes for the reason of having a trackable wallet. Not only the flexibility of removing the tracker and putting it elsewhere and track that. If I want that, I can just leave my whole wallet. Let me have that option. You know what I mean? Or you can still have this. This is your brand. It's still an option. Have this as an additional accessory. People who want to track this stuff, nowadays, there's a lot of competition of key tag trackers anyway. But people who want that, they can buy this and have that in their, in their luggages or whatever. But have that integrated tracker in here. Have USB Type C. I think that would make sense. Okay. Honest opinion. Once again, this is Jalam in Tech. Okay, I am done rambling. Peace.